What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part lucky number 13 of my Total Warhammer 3 Drycha Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Coadil has been freed from the Wildwood and is now joined into Drycha's army. It looks like he'll be powering up pretty significantly as he does have some very nice abilities. Though of course we'll need to level him up to actually get access to them. I believe the consensus from the comments is to keep him in Drycha's army rather than moving him elsewhere. Also, we should get a couple more treemen in Drycha's army, but we'll do that later. And now Drycha, I believe, is also done here. We don't need to be sticking around and dealing with the lizards anymore, as we are at peace, and we can proceed to the haunted forest and that nice amount of money that it will hopefully generate us. Now, first thing that we gotta do this turn is to try to align with these guys. Let's see what this costs. It's only 2k. Yeah, we can pay that, we can pay that. Now, this is gonna make some of the other factions nearby unhappy, but we need this right now because being allies, they help heal the jungles. And the faster we get the reduction for upkeep on forest spirit units, the better it's gonna be. In addition to that, let's upgrade our tree while we're here, and let us upgrade the growth building. Right here, yes. And is there anything else we want to build right now? Well, I guess we can build the forest lookouts, if nothing else. And that'll be a little bit of extra garrison, and I guess we will build the haunted groves as well. We can always get rid of the forest lookouts afterwards and replace them with the bamboo grove. Alrighty, well, that place is decided. And now, Akka has managed to kill yet another dwarven army, and we are now at 2 out of 3 for the Unforgiven, so DURTHU will hopefully soon join us. I'm not entirely sure whether this particular quest has a second part to it or not, or if it's just defeat dwarfs 3 times, but I guess we'll find out hopefully within the next turn or so, depending on where Thicky is gonna run. He'll probably just try to underway out. Now wait, he can walk past Nashrak's lair, but then we might be able to chase him down if that's the case. Oh, we shall see. Now, is there anything else that we need to do this turn other than level stuff up? And it doesn't look like we actually need to level anything up here. At least not right now. And it's not like we can afford to do so anyway. We need to save you, Northern World's Edge Mountains. We are not building anything here. Let's double check diplomacy real quick. And I guess we're gonna end the turn. There is one thing that we could potentially do. Okay, yeah, there's no diplomacy. So last episode we ended off with Tala in ambush stance outside Karl Franz's army. Now, it looks like he's going to start recruiting a second army. What we could do is start sieging this and force Karl into battle. The question is, can Tala win a fight against this? I mean, he does have 2 giant wolves. It's not a bad army, it's just that Tala's very low level and thus isn't buffing anything really all that crazily. But it would still be extremely tough for Karl's archers and stuff to deal with our malevolent trees. You know what? We'll keep Tala here. Well, actually, we can't move him right now. We'll keep him here. Either Karl attacks us or we'll attack him next turn. As that's decided, let's end the turn. Outpost oh yes, outpost available. I believe the village of the Tigermen is the name of the capital of the enemy, but wait. Am I mistaken here? Yeah, that's their capital, but that isn't a main settlement. Fuhong is. Let's go with this one. This one's also super far away from anything, so it's quite unlikely that anybody attacks them. Bamboo Crossing is also fairly well situated and is also another capital, I believe, but let's do this. Completely forgot that the outpost needs to be constructed. And there we go. Oh, and this also has a garrison building as well. So with our outpost and the garrison and this location, it's unlikely that this place will ever fall. The only possibility is that it does get confederated. Speaking of confederation, let's go next turn and let's see if we can get ourselves a nice DURTHU. We're also down to 6,000 gold and we're missing, we're losing what, 1,500 to 2,000 gold per turn, so we gotta be real careful. Alright, Karl, come on, attack Tal. I know you're gonna sit there. You little coward. Ooh, oh yes. Underway interception against Thick Thunderstone. Auto... Really? Really? Okay, fine. Manually fight this real quick. Just gonna speed through it. Have Akka kill him. So this should theoretically count as our 3rd anti-dwarf battle, so we may be getting DURTHU right now, without even have to really move Akka. Move. Yeah. Alright, we'll see. We shall see. Oh, I'm excited. Ooh, I just had an idea. We gave the Wraiths of the Frozen Heart or whatever to Drycha. We could give the Firebark Elders to DURTHU. And Drycha's the ice and DURTHU's the fire, and that makes sense to me. Alrighty, and yeah, you can snipe the Lord a little bit and do this, speed it up. And then Pray Anathema him, hit him a little bit. Ooh, how much damage do you do to him? 100? He does about 100 damage to him. That's weak. It's weak and pathetic. Charge. Kill. Down he goes. Alrighty. And just chase him down. A couple more hits should do it. I hope. There we go. I can't believe we had to fight that manually. Okay, auto-resolve really needs to be adjusted to not send the badly wounded units into battle. Any commander would probably keep these units that are badly damaged in reserve while the main units fight, not throw them into the front lines to immediately get killed, especially against a single unit. It's absolutely ridiculous. In fact, auto-resolve between lords should probably even, or auto-resolve should even be adjusted to favor lords fighting or something, I don't know. When it's only an enemy single lord remaining, but yeah, this unbelievable. And yet I believe it. Alrighty, let's continue the end turn, and let's hope that that counts for 3 out of 3 on the Unforgiven. Exciting times. Also, does anybody know, do we have to attack the... join war against Nakai. We just pieced out with Nakai. No. Do we have to join war? Damn it. Vissenland's gonna declare war on us. Sure, Vissenland. Good luck with that. I wish you well. Do we have to join war against Talzin, or do we have to declare war against Talzin and kill them? Or is there... No, there's no way to confederate them, right? So we have to kill them. Huh. Unless anybody knows something to do about them. But anyway, in the Unforgiven, your forays against the dwarfs have been met with DURTHU's approval. Despite the past assistance your kind have given the unrelentingly stubborn mountain dwellers, they were never going to see the error of their ways in retaining their petty grudges against Athaloran, so had to be taught a lesson. The Elder Ancient is now open to to joining you in a confederation. Alternatively, you can leave him to tend to Glade and he will channel its energies to aid you. Really, that's it? A little bit of extra health for Athaloran and a little bit of extra Diplo. Why would anybody do this? Confederate. Alright, Free War Dancer Drummer. Akka the Wanderer got something that doesn't really matter, and there we go. Mission successful. We've already given that blurb a read. And DURTHU's on... Oh my lord, we're losing 7.5k per turn. And... Okay, yeah, DURTHU has a bunch of stacks. Okay, we need to figure this out now. So yeah, my question was, do we actually have to attack Talzin? I assume we have to attack Torgavan and Vidrioth. Do we have to attack Talzin, or if we move close to the Oak, do we get a chance to take it ourselves somehow? And do we have to take it by force? I assume we have to take it by force, just judging by how the faction works, as in not our faction, but specifically... Well, actually, yes, our faction. Drycha and Coadil. I imagine that they would want to attack it, but now I'm just wondering if the Oak is at, like, level 4, and we attack it and take it, does that lower its level? Because I feel like they wouldn't do that. Which is what's making me wonder about this. But we're not benefiting from this while it's held by Talzin, are we? So probably we should just kill everything here. Which I guess we'll leave to DURTHU, unless anybody else has a thought on that. Now, let's see what we're looking at here. Akka, another Akka. There can only be one Akka. No. Spellweaver of Life. Oh, interesting. We confederated a Spellweaver, but we're not actually able to get Spellweaver Lords. Huh. Wait, so if we delete her, she can never come back, can she? Dance of Loak possessed by the Trickster... Wait. I have Kurnus, Hell of the... Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. Melee defense for area, melee defense plus 10. Okay, so now I'm thinking here. Do we keep this Lord just because of the fact that... wait, can we put you into an office? Wait, can we... Are you telling me that we can make you a speaker for the Lost, for example? Huh. Wait, Ellen Delling? Ellen Delling is the Lord of Lorelorn. Oh, wait, is Lorelorn dead? Oh yeah, Lorelorn is dead, isn't it? Huh. I guess it got confederated by DURTHU, or the remains of it got confederated by DURTHU, or possibly this is another Relendelling. Also, looks like you have a bunch of heroes, but we can't afford any of those. All of you out. Yeah, all of you out, we can't. All of the elves out, at least, right now. We have to build up our empire a little bit more, and DURTHU, same for you. Glade Guard costs 160, 194, 226, no, it's insane. It's absolutely insane, not doing it. And it's not worth it. Alrighty, also, and we got a Spell Singer, which we also, I take it, can't access. We might have to keep them, because that'll be the only way that we can use them. Though the expense is pretty insane, I have 400 gold per turn. Damn. So this means we can't delete you, can we, Akka? Okay, first of all, we can delete your troops, but yeah, so the problem is if we delete her, I'm pretty sure we won't be able to summon her back. Because there's no option to do anything other than Ancient Treeman. Yeah, that's an issue. Okay, wait, we'll leave that for a second. Actually, no, we won't. DURTHU, what did the AI do to your points? Out of curiosity. Wait, DURTHU has to choose between Howl of the Forest and Possessed by the Trickster God? The nice thing about Howl of the Forest is we can simply get it on a Branch Wraith, and we don't necessarily need to get it on DURTHU. But we can't do the same on Possessed by the Trickster God, so that option is pretty easy. Rain of Spines, reload time reduction, kind of useless for DURTHU unless we put some ranged units in his army, and I'm making a face as I say it, but maybe. We'll see, I'll think about it. At the end of the day, I may have to just download the mod, as in the respec mod, although it's only for two points, and DURTHU has so many points that he needs to spend everywhere. Yeah, probably I'll download it, but we can wait until DURTHU is like level 50 or something like that, because for now he'll just keep leveling and spending points anyway. Not a big deal. It's not like we wouldn't have gotten Wildheart and Flock of Doom, although I might not have gotten a second point in Vissen's Wild form, to be fair. Then again, we don't need to go fully into DURTHU's tree either if we don't want to. Anyway, let's figure this out. You two have to go, you're too expensive. We have to figure... yeah, goodbye. Unless, wait, let's just double check that they don't have really good traits. Okay, no, you don't. You are terrible. And then you... melee attack for forest battles, own army, eh? I mean, if we are to attack these guys, this could come in handy. Branch Wraith will probably keep, unless, okay, intelligent, I don't particularly like. What's our capacity for Branch Wraiths right now? 3 out of 3. So we can simply delete that one and replace it with a better one. Although if we attack with DURTHU, for example, to Karak Asgaraz, since we're now bordering enemies, we could keep the Branch Wraith just for that battle. I wonder what kind of Branch Wraiths we have access to right now. Oh, and look, we have access to Glade Captains as well. But we wouldn't be putting them in DURTHU's army anyway. Yeah, so you're at rank 4, we have a Muster of Malevolence 1... DURTHU will need a Life Lore user, which he currently has in the Spell Singer, but also, how much does it cost to upgrade these? Too much right now. Oh, also, you have the inferior regular Dryads, as opposed to the much better Malevolent Dryads, because, well, much better because they have the Frenzy ability, which these guys don't. And plus, I take it these guys do more damage. These guys have weak versus armor, which the malevolent ones don't. You know, how about we do this? We'll keep the regular Dryads in DURTHU's army, but as they die, we'll replace them with the malevolent versions. I think that'll work. Yeah, alrighty. Either way, Ellen Delling, I'm gonna need you to transfer stuff to DURTHU. Not you. Because we'll delete you. Wait. Or do we keep you for a couple turns? Damn it. Oh, the expense, the terrible expense. You know, transfer the stuff to DURTHU for now. He has the room for it, and then delete yourself. Like so. DURTHU, can you still jump? Ah, you can't jump, damn. Alright, go into regular stance and then go into Paraval. Alright, Ellen Delling, you have to go, my friend. And, oh, you had a Tormentor Sword, nice. And DURTHU, you have an Armor of Destiny. You know what, let's give the Talisman of Preservation to DURTHU. Actually, DURTHU should be unbreakable, I feel, but isn't. Let's also give you Dryad Spy. You have the Hunting Hound, the Young Stag, you need a Forest Spirit. And you need I guess a Royal Standard Bearer for the slight increase the campaign movement range. You also need the Vols Anvil Smith, but we don't have any extras right now. Yeah, alright. We'll switch that up later, and then... do we keep the Waystalker? I'm not sure. 3.3k, it's too much right now.
The woods await.
I really would prefer not to delete this Akka here, but does she really offer all that much? Is her playstyle going to be all that different from the playstyle of an Ancient Tree Man? Will she ever be a better lord? No. Yeah, honestly, I would have loved to keep her, but I think we gotta let her go. It costs too much. Unless, wait, one other option. I'm sorry about the admin right now. This is okay. It was always going to be a fairly admin-heavy episode when we confederated DURTHU. I don't think that was escapable. Here's what we try to do, Mr. Colas. For now, we're gonna take you away. And that puts us down to 2.4k, which is not great, but it's much more manageable. Drycha, you're gonna head to the jungles of Qian. We also need to fix our money. You know what? It's time to trade Shiwu back to these guys. Trade Shiwu. As I recall, they were willing to give us an okay amount of money. It's not great, but at least we're not sharing a territory, and thus, hopefully, they'll be happier with us. If we're sharing a territory, I feel like they'll be more likely to actually declare war. This, of course, will make some Cathian factions not like us, but what are you gonna do? And now, Drycha, we're gonna jump you to the Haunted Forest, and we're gonna take it. Deep Roots to... Oh, damn, I didn't select Drycha. Deep Roots to here. Teleport Drycha from jungles, yes. Alrighty, and here we are. Can we reach it in a turn? Yes, indeed we can. We do have to declare war on these guys, though. And we're not sacking the place. Oh, damn, it was nearly upgraded to the next level. But we're not going to wait so many turns. Alright, Drycha, you're going to attack that in a second. Oh, wait, actually. Let's just double check here. The garrison's garbage. You can just auto-resolve this. Are these guys allied with anybody? Nope, they are not. And therefore, they will die. To the Haunted Forest you go. Sylvania's gonna join us, lovely. And we will definitely auto-resolve this garbage. Hopefully that'll be a level for Coadil. Definitely seeding it, though I would love to get that 16k. Sword of Battle, province secured. And there we are. Alright, now, Drycha, you did get a level for Coadil, beautiful. And let's start immediately upgrading the place. We'll need the money. Yeah. We'll need to build these ASAP. Let's get the exotic animal trader for the tamer, rather, for the a little bit of extra trade. Let's get the guard platform. Definitely get the haunted groves for the extra dryads or branch wraiths. And I believe that's it. I'd love to build the forest lookouts, but we don't have the money. We don't have the money, and it'll be replaced by money buildings next turn. Coadil. Well, let's immediately get you a point. These things don't overwrite each other. Beautiful. So we can get the... I mean, both of these are pretty great. Let's get the Annoyance of Netlings for the Dryads first, then we'll get the Unseelie Court second. Alright, lovely. And we'll ignore Drycha's upgrades for now. Okie dokie, so that's Drycha. Akka, you, my friend, are moving down to Karakadrin, so you can't heal anymore, but you can jump all the way down here. We'll take out Karakadrin. Hopefully this will be worth a decent amount of sack money. It does have the Slayer Shrine here, and it is a tier 3, so I'd like to think it'll be worth at least something. Tala, I guess you can move now. There's no guarantee that Karl moves at all. He does have a second army here, which is going to be annoying, but I think we can deal. Tala, you gotta give this a try, man. You can't just sit here. You're costing us 3.3k per turn, and the, it costs too much to just keep you standing there. Go. We're not gonna have him attack, and we're gonna have him siege it. If it says decisive defeat, this might mean that Karl will sally out. In fact, I fully expect him to sally out with the help of this little army, which will make for a nice cinematic battle. Also, Griffinwood, can we upgrade anything here? No, we cannot. Okay. So that's Tala, that's Akka, that's DURTHU. And we're still at minus 2k, eh? I feel like I'm working too hard to keep this lord around, even though she doesn't make any kind of difference. But still. And even though I feel like she's going to be completely an inferior lord to our elven units, I kind of like the idea of having an elf be than the Speaker for the Lost, because Colas doesn't need it because he'll get his own Insidious Glamour replaced by it. On the other hand, this also gives stock for Treekin units, and the Treekin on the Treeman Lord will always be better. So do we really just take a massive hit to our supply lines just to keep you around? Nah, you know what? I think we don't. I think we don't. There's not enough difference for what this Lord offers. We'll just screw it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, 1,000 gold for that. And just to double check, we can't get her back, right? Wait, we can get her back. Oh, never mind. I was talking about that for no reason. I swear I saw that we couldn't. Huh. Oh, maybe we can now that we have access to them. We just can't get new ones? Or maybe we can get new ones now that we have this tree. I have no idea. Alrighty, let's get back to what we were doing here. 1,000 is so much more manageable. So Tala is sieging, everybody else is out of the picture for now. DURTHU's probably gonna need some items and some other stuff like the Firebark Elders, but we'll give that to him next turn. I don't want to waste money. And let's end the turn. Let's end the turn. I want to see a battle happen, because I've been talking too much. Not that I don't talk during battles, mind you. Kugath, you either want... Okay, now you want to declare war on us. Fine, fine, fine. Doesn't matter. Alright, Carl. If you won't go for our ambush, how about us directly sieging you where you outnumber us? I'm sure you'd be willing to fight. There we go. Alrighty, so it looks like... Oh, Carl's gonna come in as a reinforcement. Oh, that's interesting. So this, we could just destroy this little army by itself. Fair enough, game. Fair enough. If you're gonna offer us some easy meals here, I'm sure the bears are always hungry. Get to it. Alrighty, here we go. Tala is going to be at work again, and we're going to have to really quickly try to destroy this little mini force before Carl arrives with the main force and the garrison force in tow. There's a lot of Reichsgarden there that we will be very concerned with if they can get us while we're still fighting here. Obviously, Tala's going to lead the charge and straight into the Empire Knights, the most threatening, I guess, a unit on the field here. Not that Empire Knights are threatening, just that this particular little mini army isn't threatening at all. The rest of our Dryads and our tree can gonna hit the front lines, while our bears, spiders, and wolves hit the enemy archers slash crossbows in the background. These guys got absolutely ripped apart extremely quickly, and then we charge into the enemy back line immediately upon doing that. And just to try to once again make the enemy route as quickly as possible, so that our fast movers can clean up the runners while the rest of our army moves into position to try to fight. Carl. Speaking of Carl, we got 30 seconds until his army arrives on the field, so gotta make it a little bit more. Manticore's flying overhead and trying to drop down on more units. I think the only enemies left alive are the Lord and the Halberdiers. So we're going to be switching or moving around a little bit on this flank where the fighting has now stopped, and just to get to the Halberdiers. Halberdiers are having a bit of a tough time dealing with our Treekin here, although I'm guessing that that's the only unit that could have damaged them at all in this particular army, so they're doing the best they can. Alright, they just don't have the numbers for this, and down they go, away they go as well as they rout, and it's just the Lord now who is wavering and about to rout as well. There we go. Entire enemy army is done in terms of routing, though now Carl has entered the field with a fairly large army, so we gotta prepare ourselves for that. And it looks like he's going to try to move in ahead of everybody, interestingly enough, and so are his knights. They are just running ahead. Okay, we'll see about that. Of course, we are repositioning ourselves as fast as we can go, but we still need to chase down those units that we can. A, because we'll have to fight them again if we don't kill them, and B, because they might come back if they're not completely shattered. Alrighty, and there he goes. He's not on his level 6, he's not on Deathclaw, he's on his high level mount. but he could still potentially be threatening, and he's going to land on the Manticore. I guess he doesn't like sharing the skies, as it's our only flying unit, and I guess he's their only flying unit. Well, the Manticore is going to instantly react to attack him, while the bears that are here, being anti-large and all, are going to help out as well, and they're going to block Karl in while Tala moves in to try to deal with him as well. Karl is immediately going to start taking damage, though I don't know whether this will be effective in keeping him there, and we shall see. The rest of our army is trying to reform, and it looks like the enemy is charging in with all 5 of its units of Reiksguard before we can get our battle lines redrawn. Perhaps a good move, as it will keep us blobbed up if we're unable to deal with this. We've also moved our giant spiders to try to counter the charge of the Reiksguard a little bit, and here come the Dryads and the Treekin to follow suit as well, but we're certainly engaged far earlier than we would like to be. Looks like the AI wants to do a little bit of cycle charging, as immediately after charging in, it's going to run the heck away with the Reiksguard and then back off. Kind of an interesting move by the AI, which is causing this blob that we've got going on here, rather than the spread out front line that we had originally wanted. And this is good for the AI, because they've brought quite a few ranged units to bear here. I see at least 6 archers, 7 or so, and then okay, there's a Free Company militia in there, maybe an 8th archer or something. Lots of ranged, basically. So if we are blobbed up, they can certainly do more damage. Karl, however, is not in good shape. Looks like the bears and our lord and the Manticore together were able to keep him from running away, or at least until he routed. The AI does like to cycle charge these lords as well, so I'm assuming that he at least did try to run away, and we're going to try to give chase to him, and it looks like the Manticore will do a good job and bring him down. Tala's immediately going to head to the main battle. We're going to keep our bears back in reserve, because we will need them to hit the enemy Reiksguard, though the flanks are already a little bit in trouble, as the Treekin are sort of separated from the Dryads there. They will need help from these bears, who can no longer be in reserve. There we go. And gotta react and use that anti-large that they have. Otherwise, the battle is properly joined now, though once again we are blobbed up. I did order the Treekin to try to spread out, and as we can see, they're slowly trying to get there. But unfortunately, right now, we just don't have the wide front we want. Granted, the enemy outnumber us, so even if we did have a wide front, we'd probably not be able to get our Dryads hitting the enemy ranged line, which is what we want. In that light, our giant wolves, our feral bears, and anything else that we can reach there that are fast are going to try to hit those ranged units and prevent them from firing. And kill them if possible. Although, of course, we have the Reiksguard to contend with, so if the Reiksguard interfere with that, it's still going to be an issue. One of our Awakening of the Woods coming down into the middle of the enemy blob, and I suppose while the enemy blob has forced us to blob, them being in a blob is is dangerous because of our repeated use of Awakening of the Wood. Our wolves have moved in and are starting to do a little bit of damage on the enemy crossbows, but surprisingly start taking a lot of damage despite Reiksguard not actually helping out. I guess the crossbows are okay enough, 14-17 in melee, to deal at least a little bit of damage to the wolves. Kind of impressive, actually. Actually wouldn't have thought that they would deal nearly this much damage to the wolves, but they have very low attack and defense, and we gotta remember, these aren't Drycha's wolves. They are much, much more fragile than hers are, which have quite a few buffs at this point. And I don't remember, does Tala have Dark Heart? Maybe. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but ultimately, yeah, as we can see, the wolves are unable to charge into several units of crossbows or archers, even though the latter are supposed to be very, very weak in melee, so it'll have to be up to the bears to keep them distracted and not firing. Otherwise, it looks like they are all, as we can see, the ones that can fire are trying to focus Tala down, and he's already down to about 60% HP, though luckily he is unbreakable, and every time he casts, of course, he activates Earthblood, so... or Life Plume, rather. So he should hopefully still stay alive. Treekin are still working, fighting through all those spears and swords and halberds, and at the very least we can expect them to hold the line. If the Reiksguard are taken out, I don't imagine that the piles of enemy melee units can defeat the Treekin, though the ranged might in theory still be able to bring Tala down with sufficient focus fire. He also doesn't have the same kind of resistances that Drycha does at this point, and is now down to half. He's going to cast another Awakening the Wood to send more infantrymen flying. Actually turned out to be a pretty darn fun battle. I mean, we did take a battle that was potentially dangerous to us. Anyway, on the bright side, it looks like our tree can have finally properly spread out in a line rather than existing in a sort of blob like this unit of Dryads is. But they're at least standing essentially behind our treekin line and are thus a lot more protected. Over in the background, we are trying to run around and catch any isolated units, the giant wolves, the bears, and the spiders. Doing so, though it looks like one of the bear units has routed. Another one is very badly beat up, and I believe this was the one that was fighting the Reiksguard here. And I believe our second unit of giant wolves has actually run off the field at this point, which is not so good. We really need those giant wolves. As we can also see, we got all 5 or 4 whatever units that are ranged that are still outside the melee area, all trying to focus Tala down. We're going to move Tala away a little bit, and we're going to activate his, I believe, Opal Amulet. Yeah, there we go, to reduce that melee damage, or missile damage, via the ward save. It looks like our Dryad numbers have also started to drop fairly significantly, though the Treekin are still holding strong and will probably continue to do so. We definitely got to try to keep Tala alive, and once again, I am happy for the blessing of the Unbreakable trait there from the office, as it's really helping him out. I feel like he might have routed if he hadn't been unbreakable, just by virtue of the amount of damage that he took. Still fighting those Reiksguard, and it looks like we've caught at least one in the background here, forced them to charge one of the unit of feral bears directly, and then charging wolves into the back of them. Every unit of Reiksguard we can isolate and kill like this is going to be a big boon to us, especially as once all the Reiksguard are done for, we should be able to go back and charge the enemy range line again, which is still being quite annoying. Not so great when we're the ones outnumbered. And obviously, normally we'd want to Vanguard deploy against Karl's army, but in this particular situation we couldn't, because we had to fight the little mini-army outside. Balance of power is actually still in Karl's favor, though Karl is currently lying in a ditch somewhere. We have 2 units of Dryads that are routing. We've got this one that's wavering and is very, very badly beat up and nearly done. Tala's still being focused down by the range. One of our units of bears is nearly done for as well. So, yeah, it's gonna be up to the Treekin, who are at, let's see, half HP, 3/4, half, and nearly full on this one, luckily. So yeah, but it does look like our center line will force theirs to buckle eventually, though I do believe they have the Sigmar Suns and the Karobar Greatswords in here, both of which are also unbreakable, to match the unbreakability of Tala. Looks like that unit of Reiksguard is done for, and we're going to be able to move our fast movers, such as they are, as in such that remain, back into the fray to try to continue annoying the enemy range, though it does look like another unit of Reiksguard is going to be attacking the spiders here. At the very least, the crossbows and archers that are in battle with the spiders aren't firing right now. And our Manticore is doing the same thing right now, and just trying to distract archers or otherwise distract Reiksguard to allow our other units to hopefully find and kill them. And Bears are going to help out with them. Great use of the Reiksguard by the AI so far. They're not charging into our backlines, but honestly, I think at this point they're more useful in keeping us from using our fast movers than they would be from using them like Cav themselves. Oh, and it looks like with that, most of the enemy units are wavering, and it looks like the chain route is in fact here. Unfortunately, the Reiksguard are susceptible to it. We still have the Karobar Greatswords and the Sigmar Suns to defeat, but it looks like they're not going to stand against this. In fact, we're going to just run past most of them, ignoring the unbreakable units, and try to chase down as many enemies that we can instead, while Tala and any other units that get stuck staying behind can deal with the remnants of the enemy forces. I guess we can watch Tala kill a few more. Technically, the battle is not over yet, until the Greatswords are dead. And on the bright side, this still allows us to continue casting occasional uses of the of Earthblood on Tala to heal him back up to full. He was kind of hurt from those archers after all, dropping to about 30% HP, though he is now climbing. Might still take a little bit of damage from the greatswords here as well, as there are a fair few of them remaining, facing off against one unit. And the Sigmar Suns aren't nearly as threatening, though. And Tala has Lure of Life, but does he have regeneration already, or is that a level, like, 14 or something? I don't remember. Yeah, I don't see regeneration here. Unless, wait, what is this? Blessing of the Ancients, passive augment, power recharge. No, that's not what I was thinking of. Yeah, the life lore units definitely get regeneration, but I think Tala still needs to level. Gotta remember, he's still our lowest level lord. Although not for long if these battles are anything to judge, and he will have to continue moving out and taking these guys out after this, so he'll be gaining more XP. Nice little roar to the screen there, Bear. And I do believe that should be the very last of the units here. 1, 2, 3, going down quickly now that the Bears and the Treekin are here, and thus the battle ends with the last Karoberg Greatsword. Beautiful. We're still chasing a few units off, but I guess we don't really need to watch them get in chase. We're just going to speed that up a little bit. Let's see how many we can get rid of, and let's see if we can still auto-resolve the remnants of the enemy after this battle is over. With Karl dead, at least, they should be considerably weaker. Pyrrhic victory for us. We did, as we saw, take quite a bit of damage, but it was a pretty damn fun battle, and certainly worth fighting, in my opinion. Alrighty, that actually took a decent amount of effort. I'm generally not one to give too much praise to the AI, but it did a good job with its Reiksguard in particular. Moving them into the battle to tie up our main force immediately while it was still busy with the remnants of the first force, rather than waiting for the rest of its army to join in, really helped them out, and the Reiksguard were just tanky enough to make that work and survive. In addition to that, afterwards, they were able to run around in the back lines, keeping our bears and our wolves and our spiders from killing all the enemy range, which allowed them to do a fair amount of damage to us and to focus down Tala a little bit. Of course, Tala didn't die because he has Unbreakable, and that Opal Amulet did come in handy, but still, good job. Good job, AI. Now, I think since we're going to auto-resolve this, we have to heal, and honestly, the rewards here are basically minimal, so we will heal up. And I take it the enemy will also suffer a turn of attrition, and then we'll hopefully destroy them next turn. Looks like Kemmler wants a non-aggression pact. I am not 100% sure. You know what? I'm going to say no. He probably likes us attacking Reichland, and the problem is the Bretonnians probably won't like us attacking Reichland, but, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Alrighty, and there's the end turn. A unit experience plus 10% for Tala for Reichshammer. Ally begins outpost construction. Ambusher discovered. And there's that tech research. Now we're going for DURTHU next, which will mean income from post-battle loot increase, which is always great. And Whispers in the Woods forest encounter for Drycha here, which you can reach pretty much immediately. I take it that's some kind of battle. Leadership increase for Coadil, and ooh, yes, also another level, which means Unseelie Court for you, buddy. And how many points until we can get these 6, 12, 17, and 19? Although, I guess, enables awakened forced attrition and enemy armies in local province. Huh. Wait, so are you telling me that enemy armies suffer attrition whenever they share a province with Coadil? That's pretty great. Although I suppose it'll only ever be one turn, because it's unlikely we'll ever be near an enemy force and not attack them. But anyway, Unseelie Court for now. We'll get Power of Darkness afterwards, and we'll probably want to get replenish troops, because you're in this army last. Oh. So currently Drycha's using yours rather than one of the Dryads, isn't it? Isn't she? Okay, but we can't move one of the Dryads right now, probably because then we won't have enough room to move. Or maybe we can. Who has the higher level? You? You have 3 in replenish troops. Okay, so leave the army. Like so. And then join the army. There we go. Now Drycha's at 22% rather than 8. Yeah, sorry, Coadil. What we could do is just move both of you out then, like so. Perfect. Wait, 17? Huh. Wait, is Stilko 9? And... Oh, because you have enchanted photosynthesis. Okay, fine. Leave this army again. Oh. Hopefully that won't screw our movement over. Leave this army again and then join it again. Stupid, I know. Oh, you can't do it the same turn. Oh, for the love of... Okay, we'll deal with that afterwards. I guess we'll join up next turn. That's my bad. It's actually really annoying that it just doesn't take the highest value. Wait. Now Drycha has no replenishment bonuses at all? But it should still be using Thilvokas's bonus. Hopefully that whole thing isn't broken. I'm gonna assume that when Dada joins the army again, it'll fix itself. Game, come on now. Alrighty, in the meantime, Akka, you have found Karakadrin. Do you need any points for this? Maybe you have the Wonders of the Forest, which is the main thing that concerns us here. I guess we want to get Earthing so that since you do cast stuff repeatedly, you will probably overcast periodically as well, and thus we don't want you to miscast. Endurance of the Oak for you, and let's hit Karakadrin. Crushing defeat, you say? I have my doubts, but sure. We are going to fight this manually, but I guess we won't have time for this episode. Let's just set up what we're doing. First of all, Tala. Oh, watch these guys declare war on us next turn. I got some Knights of the Blazing Sun. If you attack this, you can auto-resolve it. Nah, just auto-resolve it. Pretty badly damaged. We will occupy again. Alrighty. There we go. And we're going to hope that this guy isn't going to take the opportunity to attack us with a full stack, because Tala would be very much in danger next time if he does so. We're going to get that growth building back as well. And just out of curiosity, Rupsman clan want to trade, but they're basically dead. Disciples of the Maw want to trade, eh? But we can't ally with them. They own the Forest of Gloom. We have to have all the forests. They are all ours by right, so we can't ally with them. And oh, I just realized, I guess the same thing is true of Goldtooth, isn't it? Because A, we probably want to keep the Cathans on friendly turns, and while I'm sure we can trade with Goldtooth, we can just as easily trade with Cathan, give Goldtooth stuff to them. On top of that, the Lazargs are nearby, and I'm pretty sure... Yeah, Mount Thug is a place that we have to destroy. So unfortunately, by the looks of this, the diplomatic relations increase with the Ogre Kingdoms won't be all that useful to us, but the income from trade tariffs and the general income generation from this region will nonetheless be quite helpful. Anyway, unfortunately with that, we are out of time, and I am going to have to call the episode here. Next time, Drycha will, I guess, deal with this forced encounter and then begin the destruction of all this stuff. I think we'll actually start by moving northward towards Chiang, take it before hopefully these guys do, and then trade it to them, hopefully for a lot of, hopefully for a military alliance, which will keep us happy, or keep them happy, and keep us happy with regards to possibly extra money from trade. Not that we generate a crazy amount of trade. Akka will also be going ahead and destroying Karakadrin, which will hopefully fix our money situation after confederating DURTHU, and DURTHU will, I guess, start moving out to either Karak Asgaraz or Helmgart or whatever. If anybody knows, please let me know whether we actually have to attack the Talzin faction or not. If we do, of course, we'll have DURTHU do it, but if we don't, what exactly do we have to trigger to get the Oak of Ages to become ours? Though it does make sense, once again, for Drycha to kill everybody here, because she likes killing elves, and Coadil does too, and I'm sure at this point, DURTHU is pretty happy with the concept as well. Anyway, stay tuned for more trees, don't forget to leave a like and comment, all glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.